Good morning, everyone. My name is Abigail Palo Simbre, a teacher from Congressman Reynaldo A. Calalay Memorial Elementary School. Thank you for making me a part of this event. Today, I'm going to share with you my study entitled Exploring the Experiences of Parents on Distance Learning. We all know how challenging this pandemic had been. The situation tested the strength and resilience of the world to respond to the disruptive times of COVID 19. And though we have survived the toughest times, we still have to keep striving to find ways to easily migrate to the new normal. And even before the pandemic, the, the Department of Education had always advocated to the achievement of the fourth Sustainable Development Goal, which is to deliver quality education with the principle no child left behind. Now, to address this, the Department of Education ensured that education must be sustained. And this is in accordance with the Department Order number 12, series of 2020, or the adoption of the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan in the light of COVID-19 public health emergency, which states that education and learning must be sustained. The Department of Education also came up with the identification of the most essential learning competencies, or MELCs, to lighten up the curriculum and assist schools in navigating the limited number of school days. However, still, school leaders and educators are posed to come up with solutions for learning continuity through different school learning modalities. And with this initiative, parents and guardians play very important roles as teachers' partners in educating their children. To further support them, the sector is still finding ways to help them teach their children at home. On the other hand, teachers have gone through different seminars to upskill and upgrade. However, parents complained about varied things, so the local government of Quezon City lent 176,000 tablets for its high school and some elementary school students to assist them with their virtual classes. Congressman Reynaldo A. Calalay Memorial Elementary School received 203 tablets for their intermediate students to support them with their virtual lessons. In doing this, I thought that it would be great to consider parents' experiences during COVID times, and that's to create policies and programs specifically intended for parental involvement and support. This will not only help them help their children, but also help other teachers make better strategies in managing their remote classes and relationships with the parents. Also, it would be good identifying better actions to further help parents and policymakers to better address the challenges of these times. This way, we can make necessary adjustments to better serve the needs of our Filipino learners. In the UN policy brief of 2020, it was expected that the disruption of classes and school closures during this pandemic time will have longer effects on the provision of essential services to children and communities. Not only does it affect parents' ability to work, as most of them fully rely on schools for their children's education, their time will be divided into working and teaching their children as schools continue to implement the distance learning. Hence, the department issued BELCP as the guide. Moreover, Moscow's and Norberg's study stated that blended learning necessitates great infrastructure support and faculty development and consistent student support mechanism to make it really work, emphasizing more on learning rather than teaching. This study was aimed to describe parents' experiences on distance learning, the challenges they had, and how they addressed them at home. and to describe how the school assisted them in teaching their children and what programs may be proposed from this. The study utilized a qualitative method through virtual focus group discussions via Google Meet. And because of connectivity problems, some parents sent their responses through a social networking site messaging platform. Two parents were invited for each level, but due to an unforeseen circumstance, one was not able to come. So there were 11 parent participants whose children are enrolled under blended online modular modality. All of them were mothers who played the main role in helping their children with their schooling. Parent participants talked about the concepts of time management, child discipline and supervision, knowledge and lessons, household chores, and gadget sharing as their greatest challenges. Their usual pre pandemic routines had drastically changed as their roles as parents and teachers merge and interconnect with each other. And to address that, they had to spare a huge amount of time to juggle their roles as parents, workers, and teachers so that they could supervise their children's lessons, especially as all of them are mothers. With the coalescence of different roles of parents nowadays at home, they had greatly affected their mental health as they all complained about how disrupted their daily situations are in this school year. Pressures from fulfilling their household chores, business and employment, and a full time teacher to their children would usually leave them with emotional distress and anxiety. In general, the parent participants stated that the school provided an open line of communication via group chats on Messenger, timely provision of worksheets, and online classes for anyone who had internet connectivity, introduction to the DepEd Commons and LR portals, and providing them weekly home learning plans to help them manage their children's time. All in all, the school is recommended to conduct parenting seminars, webinars on child rearing, time management, child discipline, parent help parent conferences in partnership with stakeholders and the local community council or the PTA, GPTA, and giving timely advisories on the school website and the social media pages. On the bright side, parents have mentioned about their children's improved independence and better computer skills. However, they noticed the decline of their children's social skills and enthusiasm in doing their school tasks. Hence, it is recommended that further studies on this should be done so that interventions can be done. Also, conducting further studies on other aspects and perspectives, such as teachers and students' experiences, to better improve the school's planning of programs, implementation, strategies, and hopefully better policies for the implementation of distance and blended learning. After all, designing distance and blended learning calls for systematic approach, design decisions, and implementations to help the teachers and students develop appropriate teaching and learning.